Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about a message, how to pick yourself back up after encountering rejection. Rejection happens to all of us. No one is exempt from experiencing rejection. Rejection causes us hurt. It can cause us to retreat back into ourselves. It can cause us to fall into defeatism. It causes us to shy away from conflict, to shy away from people, to shy away from our destinies. It can even cause us to hide who we truly are and to present a front to other people in order to keep protection and to prevent us from feeling that hurt again. Rejection has the ability to cause us to feel unworthy, to perpetuate doubt and unbelief. If you were lucky enough to grow up in a family environment with a secure attachment around people that loved you and you already knew your worth, value, and identity, then it is much easier for you to pick yourself up and to continue your walk, your faith walk. But for those of us out there who weren't so lucky to start off on a good starting point, rejection has the ability to cause us to knock us down from our position, to cause us to retreat back and to give up on our calling completely. I would like to share with you guys that I am not perfect, that I have gone through many of these encounters myself. It is one issue that I am personally working with Jesus to overcome. I have done a lot of my own work with God, and I have learnt to believe in my new identity that He has given me. But unfortunately, throughout my journey, I have encountered rejection, and sometimes it has caused me to withdraw and to hold myself back again and to put up that protection so I don't have to feel that again. So we put up these walls in order to protect our hearts. We put up these walls to keep people at arm's bay because we don't fully know how to handle rejection. We don't want to experience that hurt again, so we put up these protection barriers, protection walls, but at the expense of keeping love out, keeping real connection out, and preventing us from walking in our true giftings and callings. Because once you operate out of these protective mechanisms, you also keep love out and your giftings, your ability to really connect with other people. If that is you today and you have been facing rejection after rejection and you feel as though you can't get yourself back up, I would like to encourage you to pick yourself back up, to keep going and walking your walk of faith. Get back in your position. Don't stay down because someone rejected you. That rejection was more about them and not about you. You have the right to be who God created you to be. Don't allow another person to bring you down or to squash you down. I don't care if the other person is a church person, a pastor, another believer, an unbeliever. God has given you your unique identity, and He created you in such a way that you are different from other people. You have different thoughts from other people. You have different feelings and opinions from another person. Why let other people steal your ability to be who you truly are, to be who God created you to be? Do not accept to live in bitterness. Do not accept to stay down in defeat mode. God has given you power to rise back up again, power to rise back up from that bent over place on the inside. You have the power to get back up. Rejection does not mean it's the end of your story. The only person who makes it the end of your story is yourself. Don't let rejection keep you down. Get back up again. Face those situations, face those people, and continue being who God created you to be, no matter the reactions or responses from those around you. So I'm going to give you some tips on how you can handle rejection and to lift yourself back up again and get back out there. Tip number 1, realize that rejection is not about you, it's about the other person. Tip number 2, realize you don't need everyone's acceptance and approval. Your validation comes from God, and it comes from God alone. It's easier said than done, but just knowing that this truth is going to help you. The next tip, realize that the enemy's strategy is to use these types of experiences to get us to quit, to get us to retreat, and to get us in bitterness so that we walk away from our calling, our identity, and our purpose and God's purpose for our lives. Do not accept to remain to live in bitterness. Pick yourself up. Keep going. Love and nurture yourself. You don't need other people to give that to you. You don't need other people to encourage you to keep going. You have that ability within yourself to give that love back to yourself. Rely on God's love for you and speak words of encouragement over yourself to keep going no matter what has come against you. The next tip, change your mindset from being a victim to a victor. This does take work, but it is totally possible. Many times, those of us who have faced a lot of rejection in our lives, we have learnt to accept a defeat mode of way of coping with it. We just automatically fall into defeat and can't pick ourselves up because we have been led to believe that we are helpless and we are victims, but we are not. And using your words to speaking new declarations over yourself consistently is going to change this mindset. It's only a mindset. You're not a victim. And once you begin to believe in your heart that you are victorious, you will find that you are naturally picking yourself back up and getting back out there, no matter what comes your way, what adversity or rejection comes your way. And the last tip that I have for you guys is realize that you too deserve to be fully who God created you to be. Just because someone rejects you, just because someone doesn't like you or is not accepting you, does not give them the right to take away your ability to show up fully for yourself and in your environment. Keep being who God created you to be. He made you holy. He made you separate. He made you different. He made you a unique individual, and He wants you to be a light. Don't dim your light because of other people. Do not allow other people's words and unacceptance of you stop you from being who God created you to be. I want to remind you that you are valuable, that you too have a voice, and don't allow anyone to take your voice and to keep you in the dark in silence. Continue being who you are. Continue speaking what God tells you to speak around people. Do not accept to stay in defeat and bitterness because of other people's rejection. Keep going. If you would like mentoring or some help from me personally, don't hesitate to contact me in my email in the About section on my YouTube channel.